to do any time of day as a supplement to all your other activities. So not only is it a good in and of itself, but it's a really good complement for lots of exercise, long endurance exercise especially. So I hope this makes you feel good and is a good addition to your routine. Let's start on your back. Go ahead and lay down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out through your mouth. And take a quick moment to check in with your body. Notice areas of tension, pain. Notice differences between sides. Just feel how your body is meeting the mat. And then check in with your thoughts and the quality of your thoughts, noticing. Not trying to change anything, but just observing, taking a baseline before you get started. Notice your state of being, how you're doing. Are you anxious? Are you stressed? Are you calm and happy or sad? Whatever it is, just take a note of it. Not trying to change it or judge it, just noticing. And at the end, we can notice again and then realize the effects of the practice. Finally, bring your attention to your breath. Notice the air flowing in and out through your nose. Just allow it to flow naturally and freely. And then start to turn on your Ujjayi breath. That slight constriction in the back of your throat that makes your breath sound like the ocean. Ujjayi breath is also known as victorious breath, and it's a good way to breathe during yoga practice. It builds heat in the body while also calming your nervous system. Continue your Ujjayi breath, and we'll start to add some movement to that breath. So bend your knees, bring your feet underneath your knees, and on your inhale, you're just going to arch your back, so your low back lifts off the ground, and then exhale, flatten your whole back to the ground. Keep your hips down, inhaling to arch, exhaling to flatten. A couple more, following your own breath. Warming up the spine, starting to link movement and breath. We'll add a little more movement. On your inhales, arch your back and reach your arms overhead. Exhale, flatten your back to the ground, arms to the ground at your side. Inhaling, reach and arch. Exhaling, flatten. Bring some movement into the shoulders now. And then we'll add even more movement. This time on your inhale, you start with a little arch and reach your arms up, and then you'll reach your hips off the ground like bridge pose. Exhale, your hips down, arms down. Inhale, hips reach, arms reach. Exhaling, hips down, arms down. One more. And this time, take your arms out wide to the side. Lift your knees so your knees are over your hips. And exhale, both knees to the right. Look over your left arm. Don't let your knees come all the way down. Keep your left shoulder rooted on the ground. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, the knees to the left. Right shoulder stays down. Look towards the right. Inhaling, lift. Go with your own breath. Side to side, shoulder blades stay down. And as your knees go to the left, you can reach the right hand away even more. Next time your knees come to center, keep them in the center. And exhale, hug them gently into your chest. Good. Rock side to side a little. And then rock forward and back. Go a couple times all the way up and down the length of your spine until you come all the way up to a seat, cross your ankles, and rock onto hands and knees. Good. Check in with your hands. Make sure your wrists are right under your shoulders. Wrist crease is parallel with the front of the mat. Root down through the knuckle underneath your index finger. And make sure your knees are also right under your hips. Inhaling, find cat pose. Cow pose, actually. Exhale, push the ground away. Cat pose. Inhaling to arch. Exhaling to round. Go with your own breath, though. Warming up the spine even further. Drive your hands towards your knees on the inhale, and on the exhale, push the ground away. Draw your navel towards your spine, look towards your belly. And then come back to a neutral spine. Good. This time we're going to spend a couple minutes doing some exercises for the hips, which is super important, especially for running and for biking. So start with your right leg. You'll inhale, the knee just lift straight out to the side. Fire hydrants. Don't lose your breath though, even though this feels like exercise, it can still be yoga if you can really stay aware of your breath the whole time. Good, and then inhale, kick the leg straight back. Exhale it, knee to nose. Inhale, kick it straight back. Exhaling, knee to nose. One more. Good, and this time make some big circles with your knee. Go a few times in each direction. Switching. And then kick the leg straight back. Point all 5 toes down, especially your pinky toe, so your leg turns in. Make it straight and parallel with the ground. Inhale, reach the left hand, thumb faces up, palm in. Exhale, reach back for your foot. Add a quad stretch. Kick the foot strongly into your hand, spread the toes of the foot. Gaze forward. Keep your chin lifted. Also opening the chest, which gets very tight, especially from cycling. Exhaling, slowly release. Reach the leg and arm long again. And then exhale again, set it down. Shake your hips side to side a little bit. Take a little moment to rest between sides. And then come back to center. Inhale, lift the left leg, knees straight up. Fire hydrant pose. Feels good to move that left hip after it's been working to support you for a while. See if you can keep some awareness with your Ujjayi breath, noticing the sound of the ocean that you're making. On your next inhale, stretch that left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Push the ground away. Inhale, stretch straight back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhaling, reach. Exhaling, knee to nose. One more. Good, and then start to circle the hip. Make big circles with the leg. And switch directions. Good, next time you inhale, stretch the leg straight back. Turn it in slightly so your pinky toe turns down. And then reach the right hand, thumb faces up, palm in. Exhale, reach back for that left foot. Kick the foot strongly into the hand. Spread the toes of the left foot. Gaze forward. Feel the chest broadening. Lift your chin slightly. And breathe. Inhale, slowly release. Reach long again. And exhale, set the arm and the knee down. Shake your hips side to side. In fact, take your knees back a little and let's just make a couple circles with the hips, big circles. Just having a symmetrical pose. Switch directions a couple times in each direction. Good, and then tuck your toes in the back and lift your hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Good, take your feet wide, almost as wide as your mat. Bend your knees and send your sit bones up toward the ceiling. Really going for a curve in your low back. Might be hard to see with my shirt, but hopefully you can tell. As I reach my sit bones toward the ceiling, I can get that curve in my back. Keep a bend in my knees so I can keep that curve. Walk your feet in just a tiny bit closer to your hands. With your right hand, you're going to reach underneath for the left ankle and twist. Pull the ankle towards you. You can bend the right knee a lot, which helps you to twist even deeper. And then inhaling, release. Exhale the left hand to the right foot, ankle. Pull to twist open to the left, bending the left knee. Sorry, you're twisting to the right. Inhaling back, exhaling down dog. Inhale, look between your hands. And with an exhale, bend your knees, wait for the end of the exhale, and hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhaling, come up halfway, long spine. Exhaling, fold. Strong in your legs, draw your legs towards each other. Inhale to rise. Exhale, your arms wide and down, hands to heart. Take a breath, take a moment to adjust to being upright. Let your body settle here. Notice the effects of that little warm-up. How are you feeling now? How is your body? How is your state of being? And we'll move through some just basic sun salutation A's. So inhaling to reach. Exhale, dive forward. Let your heart lead the way. Inhaling, come up halfway, long back. Exhaling, step or hop back to plank. Exhaling, lower through chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. In and out through your nose, Ujjayi breath. Root down through the knuckle underneath your index finger. Roll your triceps in towards each other so you're rolling inner shoulder to outer shoulder. And then maybe melt your heart a little more towards your legs. Inhale, rise up on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Wait for the end of the exhale and lightly hop forward. Inhaling, up halfway. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling, rise. Exhaling, hands to heart. Do it again. Inhaling, reach. Exhaling, dive forward. Inhaling, halfway. Exhaling, plank or jump to chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, rise up high on your toes. This time, you're going to take some donkey hip kicks. Just hopping your feet up, going for hips over shoulders. Not necessarily going for a handstand yet. Just hopping, hips over shoulders, maybe hovering for a moment. Good. One more. Exhale. And then land with your feet by your hands this time. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up. Exhaling, arms wide and down, hands to heart. One more. Inhaling, reach. Exhaling, swan dive forward. Inhaling, halfway. Exhaling, step or hop to chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Allow your breath to slow for a moment. I'm just going to take this necklace off. Keep doing your down dog. And then donkey kicks one more time. This time, if you want, you can go all the way to handstand, or just land, or just hop, hips over shoulders. Maybe you start to stick it. Straighten your legs. And then land with your feet near your hands. See how slowly you can come down. Inhaling halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, draw your legs towards each other. Stand all the way up. Exhaling your arms wide and down, hands to heart. This time, we're going to do variations on Sun Salutation C. So we'll keep flowing and moving. I'm going to add in some poses that are going to be extra special for those tight hips and chest. All the special spots you need as a runner, a biker, a swimmer. Inhaling to reach. Exhaling, dive forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step the right foot back. Set the right knee down. And inhale, reach. Exhale, the left hand to the left knee. Use the left hand on the left knee, pushing the knee away. And then exhale, side bend to the left. So you can adjust how much you push away with this hand. You're going for a stretch in your psoas, the deep psoas on the right side. So draw your navel towards your spine. Keep your tummy engaged. Push the hand away on your knee. Also, the right hand, the lifted pinky, turn it down toward the ground. That also adjusts the pose, and maybe you can find your psoas that way. Keep drawing your legs towards each other. Inhale to reach both hands. Exhale, your hands come down, and you step back to downward facing dog. Inhaling forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhaling halfway, or up dog, sorry, and exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, reach the right leg, and exhale, step it forward up between your hands. This time, left knee down. Before you even come up, push both legs down into the ground, draw them towards each other, and then inhale to rise. So your legs are strong and engaged. Right hand to right knee. Push the knee away a little bit, and you can choose. You can kind of play with this to see how much you need to. And then inhale, get tall again. Exhale, start to side bend to the right. Draw your navel in. Lengthen your tailbone gently toward the ground. And just explore. See if you can find that deep psoas muscle. I can feel it singing to me right now. One more deep Ujjayi breath. On your next inhale, reach both hands. Exhale, hands to the ground, step the left foot forward. Inhale, come all the way up, just rise right from there. Exhale, your arms wide and down, hands to heart. Good. Second half of the first Sun C. Inhale to reach. Exhale, fold forward. We're going to change it up a little though. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, step the left foot back. Keep the left knee lifted. Feet are about hip width distance. Push your feet down into the ground. Draw them towards each other. Inhale to reach both hands. Good. Exhale. Exhale, the left hand comes down and out to the left a little. You're going to twist open to the right. Try to keep your hips pretty level so the twist comes from your mid-back. And then lean away from this front leg. Exhale, the right hand comes back down. Step to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. This time, knees, chest, chin. Exhale, knees, hips stay high. Chest and chin come forward and down. Shoulders in the front stay lifted away from the ground. Inhale, this time try cobra pose. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, open the knee. Bend the knee, open the hip, Inhaling to reach. And exhale, step the left foot forward. Right knee stays lifted. Draw the feet towards each other. Inhale to rise. Exhale, the right hand down. Take it out to the right and twist open to the left. Try to keep your hips level so the left hip needs to be drawing down and back. And then maybe lean away from the left leg a little bit. Don't collapse in this right shoulder, but roll inner shoulder to outer shoulder. Stay strong in that right shoulder that's holding you. Exhale, both hands to the ground. Step the right foot forward. Draw your legs towards each other and inhale, come all the way up. Reaching up. Exhale, your arms wide and down, hands to heart. Another version of Sun C. Inhaling to reach. Exhaling, fold forward. Inhaling, halfway up. Exhaling to fold. Step the right foot back. Keep the right knee lifted again. Push your feet down and towards each other. Inhale to rise. This time, take a slight bend in the right knee in the back. Bend deeply into the left knee in the front, and then lengthen your tailbone toward the ground. You're going for a gentle stretch in the front of your right hip. So the hip flexor, maybe the top of the quad there. Good. The back heel needs to be pointed straight up toward the ceiling. Good. And draw your navel towards your spine. And then exhale. Send your arms back. Hinge at your hips forward. Send both hips back. Especially this left hip is drawing back. Now you can straighten the back leg. Now you're going for a gentle stretch in the front of the left hamstring. Good, and if you're not feeling it yet, then start to just gently straighten the leg. But the key is to really draw the left hip back towards the right heel. Bend into the left knee, inhale to rise, bend the right knee a little bit, lengthen the tailbone toward the ground, feel into the front of your right hip flexor. Exhaling, hinge forward, send your hips back, especially the left hip wraps back. Good. Maybe you straighten the left leg a millimeter. Inhaling, one more to rise. Lengthen the tailbone, hip flexor. Exhaling, hinge, hips back, left hip rolls back. Straighten the front leg maybe a little. And then inhaling to rise one more time. Exhaling, hands to the ground. Scoochie this left foot back a little bit. Inhaling, lift the right foot. And then kick a few kicks up towards handstand. Maybe you just go halfway up. Maybe all the way. And then maybe you can drop chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, reach the right leg. Exhale, the right foot up to meet the hands. Same thing, left side. Make sure your feet are about hip width distance. Point the left heel straight up toward the ceiling. Push both feet down into the ground. Draw your legs towards each other. Inhale, rise. Exhale, little bend in the back knee. Lengthen your tailbone toward the ground. Feel your left hip flexor. turn on, lengthen it. It's getting lengthened. And then with an exhale, you're going to hinge forward, send your arms back, send your hips back, especially the right hip now is wrapping back towards your left heel. Start with just a light stretch in the front of your right hamstring. Inhaling to rise. Bend the knee, lengthen the tailbone toward the ground, draw your navel towards your spine. Exhaling, hinge. Maybe straighten the right knee a little bit. Inhaling, rise. And last one, exhaling, hinge. And then inhaling to rise. Exhaling, both hands down. Step the right foot back a few inches. Inhale, reach the left leg. A few kicks up toward handstand. This time you're landing at the front of the mat. How slowly can you bring your feet down? Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up. Exhaling, hands to heart. We have one more half of Sun Salutation C variation, changing it up even more. Inhaling to reach. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, step the left foot back. This time, set the left knee down in the back. And inhale, get tall. Bent leg lunge to start. Exhale, rock back, flex the front foot and move it up forward a few inches so that your hips end up right over your knee in the back. Runner's lunge. Good. So with this pose, come up high on your fingertips to try to keep as much length in your back. And then push the right heel down into the ground and draw it back. You're sliding this leg back, keeping it really strong. And then draw the pinky toe back towards you. Ooh, hello hamstrings. Now we're getting deeper into the hamstrings. We already warmed them up a little with that first pose. Now we're just going to hold for a few more breaths. Realizing that our hamstrings are so tight because they work so hard. So be thankful for all the hard work that these muscles have done for you. And then coming back into the lunge, the bent leg lunge. Inhale, reach your arms. Anjaneya Asana. Exhale, your hands to the ground. Step the right foot back halfway. We'll do a few more kicks up to handstand. And then drop chaturanga this time. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg reaches up. Bend the knee, open the hip, exhale. Inhale, reach the leg. Exhale, step the foot all the way up to meet your hands. Set the right knee down. Good. Inhale, get long from your tailbone out through the crown of your head. Exhale, rock back. Flex the front foot. Push the heel down into the ground and draw back. Pull the pinky toe back towards you. Stay lifted on your fingertips so that your spine can stay longer. It might not be straight, but you're trying to find as much length there as you can. You could be up on blocks even, which would benefit me right now. I have a really tight hamstring on this side. Come back to your Ujjayi breath. Did you lose it? Did you forget it? That's okay, but now bring your awareness back to it. Relishing in the sound of the ocean that you're making with your breath. Uttanasana, bent leg lunge, reaching the arms. Exhale, the hands to the ground, step the left foot halfway back. Inhaling to rise. Last time, a few kicks up to handstand. End up in a forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, fold. Inhaling all the way up, reaching up. And exhaling your arms wide and down, hands to heart. All right, changing it up a little bit this time. Inhaling, reach the arms. Sink your hips, chair pose on an exhale. Inhale, get tall. Keep your knees just as bent though. And then exhale, fold forward, hands to the mat. Good. Take your knees to your elbows. Find crow pose. Actually, your knees to your armpits. Can you do it with straight arms? Really hug those heels in towards your butt. And then get round your back a lot, and that will help you to shoot your feet back to chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg. Circle the ankle a few times. Switch directions. And then step that right foot all the way up in between your hands. And you're going to windmill your arms all the way up to warrior two. Adjust your feet so you have heel to arch alignment here. Gaze out over that right hand. Push your feet down and draw them towards each other. Flip the right hand. Keep a deep bend in the front knee. Reach up and back. Reverse warrior. And then exhale the right elbow to the right knee. Side angle pose. Left hand can reach up and over. Gazing underneath your left armpit. Couple breaths here. No super long holds today. Just moving through each pose. You're going to reverse warrior again, but straighten the front leg. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse trikonasana, reverse triangle. And then exhale, find triangle pose. You can take this right hand to your shin, or maybe to the ground on the outside of the front foot. Remember, your heels are still pushing down and drawing towards each other, so your legs are really strong and engaged. Good. And then look down towards the ground and inhale, spring off the left foot, find half moon. Back leg is strong and flexed. You can stay here in half moon, or if you want more of a quad stretch, psoas opener again, reach for the foot, kick the foot back into the hand, Ardha Chandra Chopasana. Good. Inhale, stretch the leg long if it was bent. Exhale here. Inhale, slowly rotate your chest toward the ground. Lift the right hand. Flying warrior three. Good. Inhale, reach the arms straight forward in front of you. Bring them all the way to the ground. Hop back on your mat if you need to. And then standing splits on the right side. Inhale, plant the hands. Another option for handstand. Maybe you can keep your legs in an L this time. And then bend your arms, drop chaturanga. And downward facing dog. Second side. Take a couple breaths between sides first. As you're ready, inhale, the left leg reaches. Circle the ankle. Circle it the other way. Try not to forget any body parts here. Inhale, reach the heel tall, long toward the ceiling. Exhale, step that foot forward and windmill your arms up to warrior two. Make sure you have heel to arch alignment with the feet. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Get strong in the back leg. Find your breath. Find your Ujjayi breath. Victorious breath. You are victorious just for being here. Just for doing this. Flip the left hand. Reach it up and back. Exhale. Left elbow to left knee. Side angle pose. You can reach the right hand up and over the ear and look underneath the right armpit. Inhale, back to warrior two. Flip the right hand with an exhale and wait for your next inhale. Reach it up and back. Straighten the left leg. Reverse Trikonasana. Exhaling, triangle pose. Reach that left hand way out over your left ankle and then find your shin or the ground. You want to stay really long in your left side body. So this underside, try not to collapse there. Stay lifted. And then inhaling forward, find half moon pose. Stay here or reach for the back foot. Try to hold the foot from the inside. Spread the toes and then kick the foot back into the hand. Feel your chest open, your shoulder come deeper onto your back. Then maybe lift the chin, back bend. Inhale to slowly release. Good. And then start to shift your gaze toward the ground, your shoulders square toward the ground. Flying warrior three. Your back leg stays super strong. Good, and then exhale, fold over this front leg. You can hop back on your mat now if you need to. Standing split, there's standing L on the left leg. Inhaling, plant both hands. One more option for handstand. Maybe you stick that L shape in your handstand. Drop chaturanga. Upward facing dog. This time exhale straight back to child's pose. And then rock forward onto hands and knees, find downward facing dog again. Don't worry, we're still energizing. We're still having fun. So walk your feet in a little bit closer to your hands. We got to get back up to the front of the mat, but I got a new way this time. So you're going to rise up high on the balls of your feet. Look ahead of your hands. Look way past your hands. Bend your knees, and you're going to at the end of the exhale, you're going to hop to crow. Maybe, maybe not. Try again. Hop to crow. Maybe, maybe not. Take 2 or 3 hops. Maybe you find it, maybe from here and you press up to handstand. I know you can do that. I can't. Or maybe you just bring your feet down. If you're in handstand, bring your feet all the way to the ground. Take them wide out to the edges of your mat. Malasana. Sit your hips down in between your heels. Use your elbows into your knees, bring your hands together, and then start to press your heart forward towards your hands. This is such a good pose for the hips. Such a good pose for cyclists. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Keep pressing your heart forward towards your thumbs. And then on an exhale, bring your hands back to the ground. Lift your hips, standing forward fold. Parallel your feet again. Inhaling, come up halfway. Exhaling, fold. Draw your legs towards each other. Inhale all the way up, reaching up. Exhale your arms wide and down, hands to heart. Okay, slightly changing gears here. Inhaling to reach. Exhale, forward fold, swan diving forward. Inhaling brings you halfway up. Exhale, just step back to plank this time. In plank pose, hold for an extra breath. Draw your hands towards each other. Draw your feet towards each other. Now draw your hands towards your feet so all your muscles engage. Exhale, bring your right elbow to the ground underneath your shoulder. Bring your left elbow to the ground underneath your shoulder. Forearm plank. Inhale, right hand, left hand. Exhale, left elbow, right elbow. Slowly lower your hips. Point your toes, coming right into Sphinx pose. Engage your legs by pushing the tops of your feet down. Draw your tailbone towards your heels to engage your belly, and then drag your elbows towards your hips. Shining your heart forward between your arms. Good. And then exhale, coming all the way onto your belly. I'm going to turn and face you this way, just so you can see me a little better for these next couple. On your belly, you're going to take both your hands out to the sides like a T. And we'll start by going to the right. I'm going to mirror you. So I'm going to roll toward the right side and walk this right hand away from me a little bit. And just start to slowly roll onto your right side. You might only come this much depending on how tight you are in the front body. The front chest can be really tight, especially from cycling. So depending on how many long days you've been on your bike lately, this might be enough. Or you can lift this left leg and take the left foot to the ground and start to roll even more. Keep your chin lifted away from your chest. Good. And this is all that I can handle on this side right now, so I'm just going to stay here. You can bring your head down, resting. And just stay strong in this right hand. Push down into the ground. Use your left hand and your left foot, also pushing down into the ground to roll you open a little bit more to support you. This is so therapeutic for the chest and shoulders, so don't go too many days without doing this kind of stretch. It could even be against a wall, but this feels a little extra good to do it on the ground. Okay, and roll back to center. Good, and then stretch the left arm way out. Take the right hand to the ground, push into the right hand and start to roll to the left. Maybe you stop here. You can take the right foot to the ground behind you, and then maybe you can roll open more. I'm a lot more open on this side, so I can show you the deeper version. You can keep rolling almost onto your back and reach now the right hand, and then maybe flip your left hand over and seek out your hands, interlacing your fingers. Keep your chin lifted and roll. Then, last step, you can bend this left leg too. So both your legs are bent. It's nice to have a little pillow or something for your head here. Just breathing, come back to that Ujjayi breath. In and out through your nose, noticing that sound, that ocean sound that you've been creating for the past 40 minutes. Keep it going. And then slowly release, undo the hands. Take the right hand back to the ground if it came off the ground. Start to slowly roll back onto your left side, all the way onto your tummy. Make a pillow for your hands, or for your head or your chin with your hands, and just wiggle your hips side to side a couple times. And then come back to still, back to neutral. And then I got another pose for you on your belly. This time, you're going to bend your right knee first. So roll a little to your left, bend your right knee, bring it all the way straight out to the side. And this is phase one, with your knee straight out to the side. Push your hands into the ground and come up to Sphinx pose. Good, maybe this is enough. Or maybe you can straighten this right leg out. And then you can stay on the big toe side of your foot. I like to roll my whole foot down, engage my whole leg, so there's a little space between my leg and the ground, and I'm really super strong in that right leg. And then I'm also super strong in my left leg, the back leg, pushing it really strong down into the ground. My whole leg is engaged. The top of the foot pushing down into the ground, or you can curl your toes under and even push more. And then keep all of that. Come down onto your belly and try this. Slide your hands back under your elbows, push up more like cobra. You probably won't come up all the way because this is going to be a super deep stretch in your psoas. Also, obviously the inner right thigh is getting a nice stretch too. So wherever you're tight is where you're going to feel this, but keep pushing both feet down strongly into the ground. Your legs are super strong and engaged. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. This is a nice pose that gets some places that you can't really get any other way. So inhale, lift a little higher, and then exhale, slowly come down. Bend the left leg, shoot it back, make a pillow for your chin, bend your knees, and just windshield wiper your feet side to side a few times. I love doing this. I could do it all day long. It's like a nice little massage for your quads and release for your low back. And then take your legs long again. Roll to your right side a little, bend the left knee, take it straight out to the side. And then, actually, first come up to Cobra. Sorry. First come up to Sphinx, you know what I mean. And then take the left leg straight out to the side. You can roll all the way on, you can take the whole top of the foot down, and then really push down to that foot, engage the whole leg. If keeping the knee bent is a lot, just keep it like that. Good. And then get real strong in this back leg, the right leg. Maybe curl the toes under, push them down into the ground, engage all the muscles of both legs. Good. If you want to go for the next phase, slide your hands back and start to push up more like cobra in the front body. That back foot is pushing down and the whole leg is drawing forward. Like you're dragging your knee on the ground forward. That's what's going to help you access the front of the hip and the psoas. And you're also getting that nice stretch on the inner left leg. I got this pose from my wonderful teacher, Catherine Budig. Love her inspiration. And then exhale to slowly release. Bend the left knee, shoot it back. Let's windshield wiper one more time because it just feels so amazing. Oh. And then straighten both legs out. Slide your hands back underneath your elbows. Inhaling, upward facing dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. I'll shift myself back onto my mat, sideways. So I shifted myself back sideways on the mat. One more breath in down dog. Look between your hands, rise up high on the balls of your feet. At the end of your exhale, look way past your hands. You're gonna jump and shoot your feet all the way through your hands, coming onto a seat. And then bend your knees and hug your knees into your chest. Bring your feet to the ground underneath your knees and exhale, slowly roll all the way down onto your back. Take 1 or 2 breaths, just resting on your back for a moment, and then walk your heels in close to your hips, underneath your knees. We'll do 2 back bends. So you could choose bridge or wheel. I'll do full wheel. So position your hands right by your ears. And then draw your shoulders down your back. So that means draw them away from your ears, shoulder blades draw down your back and closer together. Push into your feet, inhaling, coming all the way up, wheel pose. Make sure your hands are wide enough, as wide as your outer shoulders. But your feet are as narrow as your hips. Don't turn your toes out, keep your feet parallel. Relax your glutes so you're not gripping with your glutes, but they're still engaged, but they're softer. Push into your feet. Send your chest back towards the wall behind you. And then exhale, slowly come down. All the way to your back. Don't hug your knees into your chest yet. We got 1 more to go. Take your hands back, set yourself up, hands by your ears, lifting your hips. Inhale, push all the way up to wheel. This time, take your feet closer together, maybe all the way together. Relax your glutes, lengthen your tailbone towards your heels a little bit, and then start to straighten your legs a little bit or a lot, pushing your heart back toward the wall behind you. All the way back to center, separate your feet hip width distance, slowly come down onto your back. Again, don't hug your knees in right away. Let your spine unravel first. And then start to hug your knees in slowly towards your chest. Keep your right knee hugging in, take your left foot to the ground. And then cross your right ankle over your left knee. Push your right knee gently away from you. And then reach for your left hamstring or your left shin, pull it towards you, thread the needle. Keep the right foot flexed, pinky toe, karate chopping away from you to help protect your knee. Gently draw in on the left leg. Exhaling, release, unwind, switch sides, left ankle over the right knee, flex the left foot, spread the toes, karate chop the pinky toe away from you, then reach for the right knee or right hamstring and pull it towards you. Notice your breath slowing down. Enjoy the Ujjayi breath. And then exhale to slowly release, uncross your legs. Kick your arms wide out to the sides like a T. Lift the knees over the hips. Shift your hips just a few inches to the left, and then take your knees all the way down to the right. It's okay if your left shoulder pops up now, but reach it back toward the ground. Look over, gaze over your left hand, and then get as long as you can in this left side, so you're pushing this left hip away from your left armpit. Couple breaths in the spinal twist. And inhale back to center. Shift your hips back to neutral. And then lift your hips, shift them a little bit to the right, set them down, take your knees all the way to the left. It's okay if your right shoulder pops up, but reach it back toward the ground. And then gaze over your right hand, push down into your left hand. That will help you to push your right shoulder closer to the ground. And then drag the right hip away from your right armpit, getting really long in your right side. And then inhale your knees back to center. Shift your hips back to neutral. Hug your knees into your chest again. Reach for your heels or your outer feet. Kick your feet up into your hands. Find happy baby. Maybe rock side to side a little bit. Enjoying your happy baby pose. It's always great. Come back to center. Take a few moments to find any other stretches or poses that would feel good to you before you rest. And then I really encourage you not to compromise on this final rest. It won't be too long, but it will be restful. So stay on your mat for the next few minutes. Take your legs long. You can use your hands. What I'm doing is I'm using my hands to get the flesh of my buttocks and legs out from underneath me, so I can lie flatter on the ground, and then push a little bit into your elbows and draw your shoulder blades closer together, just barely. And then open your arms out to the sides, palms facing up. Let your eyes close down, and just let everything get heavy. Feel your bones get heavy and sink into the ground. Let the flesh, all the tissues and muscles just drape over the bones. Let go of all the engagement that you just built up. Just let it go. There's no more work to do now. It's just time to rest. Even let go of your breath. Let go of the Ujjayi breath. Notice the breath flowing naturally in and out through your nose with no effort on your part. Your breath can breathe you. Continue to rest, knowing there's nowhere else you need to be and nothing else you need to do right now. This is it. Be here, observing your breath. That's it. Without changing anything else, slowly start to deepen your breath. Without moving. And before you move, take a moment, just a quick moment, to observe again. Observe your body, noticing areas of pain, tension, maybe areas of openness and freedom. And notice any changes from the beginning of the class until now. And then notice the state of your being, how you're feeling. Just take into account all the effects of your practice. And you can use those observations to inform your next practice. And then start to wake your body up even more by wiggling your fingers and toes. Maybe turning your arms and legs in and out, or your head gently side to side. You can take a lazy stretch, reaching your arms way up overhead, getting tall from your toes to your fingertips. And then slowly and gently hug your knees in towards you. Roll to one side, keep your body heavy and your head heavy. Let your head be the last thing to come up. Push yourself all the way up to a seat. I invite you to bring your hands together at your heart center as a sign of gratitude to yourself, to all your fellow yogis, and to this yoga practice. Namaste.